I'm Abira. Welcome back to my channel Aircodemy, and this is the starting of the file handling and doing tasks with them, whatever. I'll give it a name right now here on the screen. So this is the first episode of that series, and let's get started. So I'm using Visual Studio Code as my editor, and today is the basics class. Okay, I have this folder called file working. And what I'll do is just make a new file called main.py. Main.py. So now let's just get into the syntax for it. Okay, so there are two ways you can call a file, but for that we need to actually make a file. We'll call this test.txt. Now we have a text file. Let's just write something in it. Okay, so I have this test.txt file now. Let's go to our main.py file. So we can call this file for two ways. First is we'll assign it a variable. We assign it a variable in both of the methods, but one's a little different. We do file is, then we do open. It's a function, and here we pass in the file name as it can tell you. So the file name that we have is test.txt. Okay, and now for the second argument, what you pass is in what mode you want to open the file. So there are several modes. There's the write mode, append mode, read mode, and as you can see here we have W3 schools and X for create. Okay, so we have these four modes: read, append, write, and X for create. So in the read mode you can only read the file, you cannot edit it. In the write mode you can edit the file, but each time you do that it overwrites any previous information that the file might be storing. And in the append mode, what you do is you just append onto what is actually in the file. So for this one we're gonna do read first, and this is the first way you can do it. The other way you can call this file is with open the same parameters, test.txt in read mode, and then you do as, and then the as is basically the variable name. So the variable name here is file, and now you put a colon, hit enter. So now we have this indented block right here. So inside of here we can do all the operations that we want, such as we can do file dot read, and this dot read, what it basically does, it reads everything in the file. So if I just open up the terminal right here and I do python main.py, gotta print it out as well. Yeah, so you can see, so we have all this, right? So what it basically did was it went through all the contents of this file and it printed them out. Okay, pretty cool. Then instead of read, what you can do, read lines. Yep, there we go, read lines. So we have this hello world, then we have this new line character /n, because after this we have a new line, which is this one. We're making a new file, a new line, we're not writing on the same line. And then there's an empty line after this, so that's why it's showing another new line character. Then my name is Python, there you go, same for that, new line. And if I actually remove all these new lines, what will happen is hello new line, my name is Python, new line, then blah 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 blah. And why is this /n still showing? Well, because we're writing every single thing on a new line, but instead of that, here we have a blank new line, and here we have just, you know, a new line with characters on it. So if I do me the best on the same line, then here you can see me the best, and after this we don't have a new line. Why? Because this is where our text file ends. There's nothing after this. But if I do this, I hit enter, then you can see new line. /n comes here because we have this new line character right over here. And as you can probably see right over here, it is a Python list, so we can access individual elements. Let's say I want the first line of it. Hello world. And let's say I want the last line. Our best brother, whatever. Okay. So we have the read. We have the read lines. So that's what you'll ever do with the read